Hey, so right now I'll be watching Ōoku, The Inner Chambers, episode 4. And I don't really have much to say, so now to the episode. Now you're gonna see the Shogun again. That's what I thought. Your pretty face? Can't remember his name. Arikoto. How exactly are these men pretty? They look more manly than anything. That isn't true. Only because she doesn't want you. Is that how this ritual started? So she was around like 14. True. Oh. Couldn't they add certain things to make it not salty and bland? What's in there? Probably that guy. He's not even among the pages and there's still hazing going around. Don't tell me they're gonna do something to him. Oh no. He's dead. They really seem to be selling this point that he's a man whore when he's not. He was forced to sleep with the quarters on, that was it. Why don't they say the truth? He was literally forced to be there. What's the point of keeping that from everybody else? Oh no. They did something. They could try even to be more forceful, I guess. Make him angry. The cat. Goes to visit him. Why wasn't she informed of that earlier? She's the one in charge. She can go where she wants. Kasuga is nothing. She is the one in charge. She should be allowed to go wherever she wants. Don't kick the cat. Oh, thank God. Or was she just acting? Think of you. You are like his enemy. You killed his friend. He still has the monk value. I'm surprised he stopped himself. Why would he? You guys took everything from him, save for his page. Now he's gonna trade him? Yeah, I would imagine. Oh. He's gonna throw up at this point. Well, it is the night. I would assume there'd be nothing else. Was it to prove a point? He's really lost everything. Okay. She had a daughter? She did kill that man when she was 14. Haha. I would imagine. It's a lot of food waste. There was bound to be one he liked. So that really was true. Looks like she found the one she liked. Oh, tama. Oh no, they're gonna kill the cat. But of course she would refer him to these three brutes. Keorikoto? What's he gonna do? What are you gonna do to the cat? Oh, he's gonna blame the death of the cat on him. Oh no. No, 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 no. Don't look, Nudie. Serves his bastard right though. Ah, smart. The blood should still be on it. Oh no, don't kill him. Allow me to do it, she's gonna say. Oh, do something good for once, Kasuga. Kill him. Seppuku? Oh. For a second, I thought he was gonna say, oh, he didn't do it. Trying to hype him up. Oh, he was the one who would do it. Agreed. I can see that, yeah. Is this about her dead daughter? What? Whoa. Wait, is that her then? Due to her anger of having to dress like a man? What was the point? So cutting up women's hair was her only outlet for her anger. Her hair was cut. That's true. So in this episode, we get to see more of the current shogun, and that she isn't necessarily as crazy as I was initially led to believe. Like, there is seriously something wrong with her, but it isn't necessarily her fault. Like I mentioned in the last video, that she's most likely been brainwashed into believing things to be a certain way, and the fact that she knows the reality of things. She knows that the people there don't necessarily consider her to really be the actual shogun, due to the fact that she's a woman. And the fact that the only reason Kasuga coddles her or gives in to her demands in any way is because she resembles her late father. And that the only reason anybody has any semblance of care for her in the Ōoku is because she is said to give birth to the future true shogun in their eyes. Her being a woman and being an actual child from the previous shogun has no weight to it. Only the fact that she can carry the future line. That's the only weight and value they see in her. And in that sense, it reminds me of two characters. One that I have seen people compare her to, and another one who I just remembered right now. The one that I actually remember right now is Mio, from the light novel, manga, and anime series, My Happy Marriage. Since her life wasn't a happy one, she was treated like a servant instead of a daughter. And really, the only value she was seen of having by a friend of her father's was that if she were to marry his eldest son, there's no telling how strong her kids could be. She was called a golden goose, because she was going to give birth to the next line in their families, and who knows just how strong and powerful they would be. She was a gold mine that they could not allow to slip away. They really wanted her to be a part of that family, but circumstances being what they were, she wasn't. She became a part of another family, but that other family still wanted her to be a part of theirs. So being seen as really only a type of womb service where your only value is any kid that you might have, it reminded me of that. And the other one that I've seen this shogun be compared to is Akito, from the manga and anime series Fruits Baskets. Since they're very similar, the fact that due to the misogynistic nature of those families, both of these women were made to dress and act like men. They were never allowed to dress and act like women. And the way Akito chose to go about that was sleep around with whoever she wanted, be extremely cruel to the females because they could be seen as pretty and cute, well, she couldn't. And the fact that she was led to believe that she was literally made to be loved, she was the most important person around, so anything she did was not a bad thing. Even though she was abusive to the people around her, traumatized countless amounts of people, and nearly killed quite a few, she never saw it as it being her fault. She never once took accountability for her actions. If anything, she thought it was her right to do these things, because she was never allowed to be the female that she was. And also, due to the fact that she didn't want to be like her abusive mother. This shogun, due to the fact that she's a girl, was forced to cosplay as a man, act like a man, on almost in every sense of the word be a man, and she could never wear makeup, she could never dress like a woman, act like a woman, like cute things. She was made to act like a man. And her outlet for that anger was to order somebody to cut off the hair of women in town who could be women and bring it back to her, because that brought her happiness, because now they were suffering. Now she took away one of the things they were most proud of. The fact that because they're women, they could grow out their hair, and she could never do such a thing. She could never have her hair hanging like that. She would always have to have it in top knot. Unless I believe she was sleeping, but even then. It did concern me when it came to Arikoto and Gyokuya, because Arikoto, of course, can't trust anybody in the Ōoku. Not even his newfound friendship with the shogun. He really couldn't trust anybody. The only one he could trust was Gyokuya. But due to the events that occurred to him and his undying loyalty to make things better for Arikoto, he has gone off the deep end. I don't know if it's true, but apparently he was used as a plaything for the other monks back when he was a monk, which historically speaking, I believe it is true. Due to the fact that the monks vowed to give up their worldly possessions and they were just around a bunch of men all the time, in order to skirt around the rule that they couldn't sleep with women, they would sleep with lower ranking males, whether it be consensual or not. But also the fact that there's a power imbalance, there really was no chance of saying no. And the fact that those three men all took their turns with him, and yet the following day, he didn't seem as traumatized as somebody who would go to this for the very first time would, it probably does have some fact in it that maybe he was used by some of the monks back then. But also the fact that he seemed very focused on just getting revenge. It was a traumatizing event, but at that point, he just felt more anger, that he really had a one-track mind and didn't focus on his own trauma and only focused on getting even. And sadly, the cat was the one that suffered. I really didn't want it to happen. I didn't want my dog to see that. That poor cat did nothing. I will agree though, it was strategically speaking a smart thing. But did the cat have to die? And also, would nobody suspect the fact that literally the same day that both Arikoto and Gyokuya were told that the cat was very special and no harm should come to the cat, at the same night, he was found dead. I would assume there'd be some suspicion surrounding that. Like, I would be like, that's kind of weird. I just told you guys that the cat shouldn't get hurt, and what happens the exact same night, he was killed. And I'm not sure if I have it right or not, but the fact that after they found the dead kitten and the shogun wanted to kill that man, and later on she told Arikoto that she lost the cat due to that man, and the fact that she killed the very first man she ever slept with 3 years previously, and we now know that her daughter died at birth. Is that why she did that? Because she blamed the man she slept with for her daughter's death, so she killed him, which in turn started the secret swain, because in a manner of speaking, the women's bodies were damaged during the very first time. So of course, anybody who hurts the shogun must die. So is that when the tradition started? Because of her? Because that seems to be the case. I'm not sure how farther Gyokye is gonna fall into despair and madness, but I'm just hoping he eventually doesn't turn on Arikoto. He's the only one he can really turn to. He can't have his only real confidant go crazy, because then he really would have nothing to go off of. And the fact that the men in this place still think they can push Arikoto around and make him care about his own life when they literally took so many things away from him, it's stupid. They literally took almost everything but Gyokye. He really does not have much left to lose. Of course he wouldn't care what happens to himself. It's also interesting to see that right now there's only 4 men in the Ōoku who know of the shogun's true gender. Because in current times it's over 800 men. So that's a lot of men compared to now. It's a very sad reality for this shogun to not be able to just be who she is. She's forced to play the role of somebody she doesn't want. And even historically speaking, that also was the case, since when it came to females in power in ancient Egypt, for various important occasions, they would still have to dress like a man. They would have to have the fake beard and the clothing and the headwear of a man, because men were considered superior. So even in those ancient times, if a woman were to ever be in charge, she would have to dress as a man to gain more respect. Also, another comparison between this shogun and Akito would also be from the Disney animated film Mulan, since Mulan herself had to dress as a man in order to take her father's place in the army to ensure that he didn't die. And once it was discovered that she actually wasn't a man, she was literally gonna be killed until she was spared, and then her real value as a woman was seen by all at the end. I'm a nerd. Now having said all that, we can't wait to see what happens in the next episode.